Hey everyone, it's Ivan with CampBadger.com out here on Throwback Thursday, part 35 of the float tape series. Picking up where we left off, we had left our last port over there in Australia, cut across the Pacific, and we were finally just getting into Hawaii, cruising up to Oahu. As a quick aside, something people probably don't appreciate these days, especially with email, but getting mail back then, that was huge. Always a good time.
You got enough people to put on that man lift forward? Yeah, they already up. They already going out there.
Alright, you're done. You need to check this out. Stop.
Once we made it in the port, got cut loose over there in Oahu. I will say, why would you ever join the Navy?
Life is an adventure.
There we were, over on the beach in Waikiki. Something that's pretty cool, not sure if they still do it, but they had, it's called a Tiger Cruise. And so a friend or family member could basically fly out and meet you in that last Libo port, which for us was Hawaii, and basically transit back, living on ship with you, and transit back to Kona. So basically back to port over in San Diego. And to that end, one of my very good childhood friends, Seth, he ended up coming out and meeting me. So there we're at the beach, my buddy Seth, as well as Sergeant Aspera and Sergeant Colbert, hanging out down there. And I finally had the opportunity to use a water housing that my dad had made for me. Of course, originally we were supposed to go spend Christmas in Seychelles. Never happened, ended up over in Afghanistan instead, so didn't have an opportunity to use it. And my dad, he was a photographer back in the day for surfer and surfing, like film cameras, automatic nothing, everything was manual, and huge barrier for entry, one of which was like water housings. And so, since he also shaped surfboards, he would make his own water housings. And he made this one for my video camera, so finally had an opportunity to play with it. My poor friends, but still good friends, woke up early, left our hotel room on that last day of liberty. Why? So we could go across the island.
Seth? I'm not doing it. Great.
Better hurry. Get some sack! Get some sack!
I'm not gonna do it! Damn! Should have taken the other one.
Apparently there was some issue trying to close the trunk because, yeah, it did not want to close. Totally blame that one on Brad.
Why? Because somebody's backpack strap was wedged in the fucking lash. God! Pour on the corner. No, go straight. We gotta go get food. Sizzler's up here anyways, isn't it? Yeah, straight.
I see a $400 external hard drive. You think underneath the fucking hard drive. Gas station. Nothing. Ah. What about right over the belt or the fucking Ouija box? The Ouija box. There's a glove box. Open the glove box.
I think it's all Brad's fault.
There's the hood. Right there. Open it. It's the glove box. Where? If you open it, yeah, open it. No? Damn.
And then apparently we had to stop because it still would not close. Then we had to stop again because probably needed some breakfast for this pre-dawn mission all the way across the island of Oahu.
So do you guys have like a hard time adjusting back to like living in the States?
talking about? No, man, we're well adjusted.
He's trying to explain to her why he needs it, and she's got to get a bottle of water, so. Let's make it easy. How about a Snickers? How about a Snickers? Oh shit. My hand in the frame.
I'd mentioned that water housing, right? Well, here we're on Oahu. I was like, you know what? I really want to go all the way across the island and go over to Waimea, go over to the Waimea shore break. And somehow I talked my buddies into it. And there we were over at Waimea shore break, me messing around on the surf. I don't think anyone else even got in the water.
What's that guy doing? Looking for like teeth?
Feel kind of bad in hindsight dragging those guys out there, but they were at least mildly patient with me, and then we made our way all the way back over to Waikiki.
Oh, too fast zoom. Image stabilization. Overwhelmed. The engines can't take much more.
If you hold it straight out the side and hold it up against the door frame, works pretty good.
I bet you say that to all the boys. That's Loomis. He's all wet. Oh, look at the nipple. Close up of the nipple.
Pay attention, drive faster, let's go.
Yeah, speed limit.
That's Seth. He's happy to be here. Oh, look, it's Poke. Hi, Poke. Oh, rearview mirror shot. Woo, it's crazy, it's crazy.
Against better judgment in a rental car.
Yay.
Back aboard ship, my buddy Sergeant Aspera and I basically gave a rundown of that last Libo port over there in Hawaii. Spoiler, all the audio is terrible. We can't hear anything because ships are super loud. It's basically like being anywhere else in the military. There's always like generators going and everything else, so can't really hear anything. Here's the important parts. I ended up showing off a pretty awesome shirt, one that I actually still have to this day. I ended up actually making this shirt while we were on our way back from, back from Afghanistan. And symbolism. Basically the Pentagon, Twin Towers, and the Rhino for Camp Rhino. And then on the back, basically a map of Afghanistan, Pakistan, Arabian Sea, points of interest where we were, as well as basically that sketch of that Marine with an incredibly heavy pack on, which was true. Those packs were like 100 pounds that we had. I had ended up sketching out this guy right here, and then my good buddy Velez Mortarman inked it in and made it like it is there. Why do I mention those shirts? Well, I was a enterprising young sergeant in the Marine Corps, and I don't know, battalion, someone basically came up with a shirt for our deployment. It was stupid. And it was printed over in like UAE or something. A terrible shirts, horrible print job. And I was like, I could do better than that. So I ended up making these shirts, and my buddy Seth brought me that one like prototype shirt. And having that in hand, I ended up going around ship and basically taking orders for those shirts. I'll finish that story later, but that right there wraps up this episode of Float Tape series. Be sure to join us next time as we finish out this deployment, making our way back over there down to San Diego. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.